What? Yeah,
now we got 20 minutes.
So after this is done recording, I can put the four of us in order.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh, we'll go favorite to least.
I was kind of thinking it would be cool if we were all like, each one of us just jump in the Zoom. Like I'd go happy, 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 happy birthday, and then we all be there. Okay, but that's not gonna work.
We'll see.
Oh, we still could. Okay.
Okay. Now, just keep in mind, this is a Zoom call, so you don't have to watch yourself. You have to watch your camera.
Right.
I know that's hard to do.
People are always.
But then you look like.
That's why I'm sitting back a little bit, so I'm not so thin. You can't tell.
Here, I'll just put a pillow.
Sherry, aren't we supposed to do it like this? We should just do the videos like this.
This is what Leanne does.
Hold on. Everybody set their camera up. We're going to start it like this.
No, we can't do that. Let's show her how it's done.
God.
Oh.
All right, now we're down to 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'm kidding. We're really at 25 minutes.
What are we doing?
Tammy, you need to part your hair one side or the other.
It's blowing.
Excuse
I told you I got
She's
down
got
the
that
shower.
80s blow going on.
I
you gonna
showered
record?
after you.
It is recording. Well, I've been recording for like the last 15 minutes.
But you just cut it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there. We'll use it.
No.
Like
No.
Tammy using her Zoom camera to fix her hair.
Is this working yet? Is this on? Are
Okay, I'm ready.
you guys there?
Who are you?
Hey, Mom. We wanted to jump on here and give you a quick birthday message and share some of our favorite memories from when we were growing up. And we thought it would be a fun little video to share with you. So I will start. One of my favorite memories is when we would go out into the mall parking lot and you would turn on the Dueling Banjo song and make cookies in the mall parking lot and make us laugh and fly around the vehicle. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. Do you guys remember doing that?
Yeah, what kind of car?
Yeah.
That little green thing.
That little green Chevette?
Is that what it was?
I think so.
We all
Let's
sit in the
play
back
Dueling
seat
Banjos.
laying down, and we would like roll side to side.
It was in the back of the van, the Good Times van.
I think
on
we
the way
started
to
the
North Dakota.
green one too. With the 8-track tape though.
That was in the
Remember
van.
that?
I remember that. And the orange carpet in the van.
And a sink. Didn't we have a sink too?
Had a sink.
And a table.
And the time when you got out of the van and you burnt the back of your leg.
Oh yeah.
There was one time too when we were in the van going up to North Dakota, she tossed a Tootsie Pop back to me and it went right out the back window. And then I'm like, can I get another one, please? And she didn't believe that it went right out the back window.
You could open the back window of that van?
Yeah, just a little push button so it was just the bottom would flip out.
Speaking of road trips too, and Tootsie Pops, we'd always have snacks. Licorice,
Ugh.
black licorice probably.
No, Russ is the one that liked the black licorice.
Yeah.
Everybody else liked the red.
Probably M&Ms, peanut M&Ms.
M&Ms. I remember a time that we all came down to Sioux Falls and we went to the Empire Mall and they had Kudos candy bars. And
Oh, yes.
you could get them for free because they were samples. And we went through there so many times and we took them out to the van and put them in there and it was summer and they all melted.
But they were free.
Those are those little granola bars?
Yeah,
Oh
They
yeah.
don't even make those anymore, do they?
probably not.
I haven't seen them.
That's funny.
I remember years ago when they were redoing the grocery store down on the north end of town, and Russ had gotten all the ceiling tiles. And so we went to the grocery store while they were doing the remodeling, and we had to carry all these out. Well, we had been at the pool all day, and after we got done, we were all so itchy from that fiberglass ceiling tiles that Mom took us back to the pool so we could wash off.
I remember that. Diving
Nasty.
into the pool and getting that off of us. Oh, it was awful. Or how about the times when we went to Ravine Lake and swam in that fishy, gross
I
water?
don't remember that.
Oh,
So back to the swimming pool part. There was one year that we were ride sharing with Chrissy Otto and her brother Danny Otto, I think, and he puked in the back seat of the car. Mom had to clean it up.
I don't remember that.
oh.
Huh.
Well,
That's
speaking
gross.
of the back seat of the car, I remember when I fell off my bike and hit my head, and I came
Oh,
home
yeah.
with blood just pouring down. Mom was on the phone with Dad and didn't say a word, didn't hang up, just dropped the phone, grabbed a towel, and I think, Sherry, you were with,
Uh-huh.
and you were holding the towel on the back of my head, and she was
Yep.
driving like probably 70 miles an hour down Dakota going to the hospital
In her Reliant K station wagon.
with that beautiful wood panel.
When you said speaking of the back seat, I thought you were going to share the story about how you crawled in the back seat when Sherry went on a date.
Oh gosh, I thought my life was going to end that night.
We made it get out.
That wasn't the first time either.
How about that lamp thing that hung in the corner by those glass tiles that had the little drips of oil that went down it? You guys remember that?
Or the closet that had the shutter doors
Yep.
in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
Venetian doors.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. And
Well,
that closet's not even there anymore. She took that out, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not to bring up the negative stuff, but Sherry, I have to say, you've always made life colorful for all of us.
Yeah. Ducking out now. That didn't take long. Like 5 minutes?
Well, no, I'm just saying, we were talking about cars, and then how I can't remember how it happened, but somehow one of those mirrors got broken that hung in that corner. And I don't know if it was a knife that hit it or whatever.
Fork.
That reminded me of a time that we had just had this big storm, and I was outside playing with the branches that had come down, and Sherry opened the front door, which you guys know that door just never opened. It was like it was the forbidden door. And she opened it up and said, "You got a phone call." And I came running, and she slammed the door right in my face, and I got mad and hit one of those little window panes and broke it. And so Sherry and I cleaned up all the glass, and we left it. I don't know, how long did we leave that like that?
They didn't know?
Oh, no, because we never opened that door. So we kept it quiet for a long time, and then I finally had to confess that I broke the window with my hand.
Okay, going back to storms. When I was working out at the barn one night and we had a storm come through, and then I was done working, I called them like, okay, somebody come get me now. And they're like, we can't, we have all the vehicles are underneath a tree. I'm like, yeah, whatever, come get me. And the only vehicle that was spared was that old green and white, I think is what it was, pickup of Russ's.
Yep.
It was just like branches were just barely touching his. And I can't remember. I know the red Citation was under it. I don't know what other vehicle was under it. And then Russ's
blue
pickup
one.
was.
Yeah, because we were at the park that night. They had those Thursday night family in the night park thing or whatever, and we had taken Tinker down there, and I had Tinker on stage for some like pet trick or something. And we had just gotten home, and that storm came, and it knocked that tree right down on the car that we had taken to the park. So
That was right after I got back from Germany. I think it was that day or that next day or something.
Was it your car that was under there too?
Under there too.
Yeah.
Terry. Maybe your little yellow car was under that tree.
That was Sherry's.
Yeah.
I can see the picture in my mind.
I know the red Citation was under it,
Yeah.
Yes, that one was for sure.
but there was one in the middle. I don't know whose that was.
How about those little brown cans that we got to save our money in?
Oh my God.
The pool.
I don't know where those are at.
Oh, I'm sure she still has them.
I'm sure they're around.
You suppose our stickers are still on them with our names?
How much money can we have saved in there though? Like $3? I mean, really, they weren't that big.
And then
But
we
you
take
could buy a lot back then for $3.
the suckers at the pool were like 25 cents. And then if you got the Indian with the arrow, then you got free
Oh
suckers.
yeah.
Oh yes, with the star.
Yes. Okay, going back to trees. Who remembers the tree on the left side of the driveway that had, I think, marigolds underneath of it? And so, like in the fall, or throughout the year, you would pick the little things and put it in an ice cream pail.
The seeds. The
Yeah.
seeds, because you can
And
plant
then
them next
you
year.
plant them again the next year.
Yep.
And that was also an apple tree too. So we were always.
No, there was an apple tree right next to it.
I think the flowers were underneath the apple tree.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Well, so going back to the pool, you guys remember we would all go to the pool and Mom didn't know how to swim. And so we tried to teach her.
Oh, God.
In the baby pool part,
What's that?
in the kiddie pool part.
I think we were like in the 3 foot, weren't
In
we?
the 3-foot
Probably.
section, but she was so afraid she was going to drown because she was in the 3-foot section of water.
We were trying to get her to float. I remember that.
So talking about that, we went to the Apple River that one year and we had all of our tubes tied together. And then there was another group of people that was next to us and they wanted to race us down the river. And so I got like off my tube, like into the water. So like we could go faster. She's like, Sherry, you need to get up. So I think she thought I was going to drown or something. And so like literally I stood up and the water was like probably not even to my waist.
You were touching?
Yeah, it wasn't that deep. I was freaking out.
How about when we would have to get on the phone to call the time and temperature to see if it was okay for us to go swimming?
3538454.
That's the number? Oh,
How did you
my.
figure that out? Is it still a number?
No,
You just remember.
we called it so many times. How
But
could you
it
not
had to be,
remember?
what, 65 degrees before we could go swimming?
No,
Was that what it was?
72, I think.
72?
Yeah. Or put it in the freezer. I didn't want all these guys.
I had to ride my bike to the pool and ride it home. It was horrible riding it home.
Oh, that
Going up
reminds
that
me.
big hill. My
Okay.
banana bike.
We're going to talk about Tammy selling ice cream in Memorial Park.
I got a good idea. Let's go to Memorial Park. There'll be a lot of people down there. That was the little green Chevette too.
What did she do? End up pushing you over the
No,
bump?
she was in front of me, so that I would come down the hill and I would just like bump into the back.
I thought she
'Cause
had.
I don't think the thing had brakes or something. I don't know. Must not have.
I thought it was because you couldn't get over the speed bump, so you needed pushed over.
No, she didn't push. God, I was probably only 14 then. No, probably. Yeah.
Okay, another bike story. I don't remember where we were going, but we were headed down like Wisconsin Avenue or something like that. And I don't know if it was with Mike or whatever that we were like seeing how fast we could go. We were watching our feet go around the pedals really, really, really fast. And I ran into the back of the car, up on top of the trunk of the car. And I swear she didn't even say, "Are you okay?" No, quick, get off the car. Get off the car before they see you. Let's get out of here. Broken arm, broken leg, black and blue eye. All right, let's go.
Oh.
So what would Mom always yell at us when we had people that would pull into the driveway? And we
Quick clean up.
No,
I don't know.
no, we would all
That's
look out the window. What would she yell?
I don't know.
Knocking out the window.
Quit knocking.
When you talk about quick cleanup, it was like when Grandma Joyce was coming, we'd all have to like, I don't know, scurry and clean up quick. I remember then we'd take the chairs from the kitchen table and we'd line them up like a train in the living room.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Or like on Saturday mornings when everything would be written out on the list and we had to write our initials next to the chores that we did. That's how we got our money.
And I waited until 30 minutes before she got home to get them all
Mike
done.
had like 2 on the list finished and we had like all of them.
Oh yeah.
Does that surprise you?
I remember Mom going into Mike's room with garbage bags.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Let him clean his room.
I have shared that story with the kids, and guess what? They keep their rooms pretty clean.
Who remembers when we first got HBO?
Fraggle Rock.
We were laying on the floor, and all of a sudden the song came on. I think we got all excited.
Yep. It was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or something. I think it was Christmas.
Really?
Oh, I don't remember the day.
Or was it Nintendo that we got and Rusty stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning playing with us and our friends or something the night we got it?
Or was that the Atari?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, that might have been too many buttons on the Nintendo.
Yeah, Atari wasn't that hard.
I remember all the hours that we would go sit down at the shop or go out to the plains for coffee because Russ
Go out to
working
Country
on-
Kitchen.
Yeah, because they were working on paperwork so late, and rather than leaving us home alone, we would go with and just sit there for hours.
We get 1 cup of hot chocolate.
When we didn't go, I remember standing at that window that looks out to the driveway and watching for hours for them to come home.
So I remember, I don't know if it was all 3 of you, but I had stayed home for some reason, and Mom had taken at least 2 of you out to the mall. And she said that you guys were only going to be gone for a little bit of time. And it was, it felt like it was 2 or 3 hours later. And I got worried. It was dark out. So I called 911. And wouldn't you know it, as soon as I call, you guys walk in. I couldn't pick up the phone, and she says something like, well, who are you talking to? I'm like, nobody. Down at the bottom of the stairs, we had that, that's where the office used to be.
Uh-huh.
They had that old
Copier?
No, it was the answering machine. And that thing recorded all the time. Like if one of the phones was off the hook, it was recording. So she went down there, hit rewind, hit play, 911, what's your emergency?
Oh, no.
I got in so much trouble for that. But here, all I was is concerned that you guys had been killed.
Now you should know they love to shop.
Yeah, now I do.
Things haven't changed.
One memory she always likes to talk about is how many times we've changed rooms. Like when she would be gone for a little while or whatever, and then all of a sudden she'd come home and we'd be in a different room.
You guys would just pick up your stuff and change? I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I had 4 different rooms, I think, because was I in Melissa's old room at any time? Remember, I was in the piano room and the room next to the office, and then the room way at the end of the family room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many rooms I was in.
I remember a time hauling Sherry's bass clarinet across the park.
I gotta go potty.
Oh yeah, she would always have to sit behind the bush to go to the bathroom. Like, why didn't you do that before we left school? Come on.
I couldn't remember who the
I didn't have to then.
Somebody
I didn't have to.
at the tree and pee. Well, Melissa, I think you were too young for it, but there's a picture of Tammy, Sherry, and I walking across from Grandma Goglin's all the way over to the school, and there was a major blizzard, so we're cutting across Prospect Park, and we ended up in the newspaper because of it.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
I remember Mrs. Schaefer coming to me in class because the paper came out early enough that we were still in school, and she saw it and she brought it to show me.
What grade would you have been?
4th, I believe.
Probably 4th. Well, maybe 5th if you had a clarinet, I bet. You didn't start band until 5th, I bet.
I wasn't carrying the bass clarinet through the...
Oh, that was a different time. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought that was the same time.
Oh, I think I had Mrs. Schaefer in 4th grade.
Do you guys remember when Mrs. George brought all those cats to the school?
Oh, we got one, didn't we?
Tinker.
Which one? Snickers?
Is that where we get Tinker? Yeah.
Oh,
No, you got Snickers from Mrs. like Nettleton or
yes.
What was her name?
I'll have to think about that. I know what you're talking about though. No, Mrs. George, the kindergarten teacher, had those cats, and then we begged and begged them to get us a cat. And they must have gone in the evening or something, but I remember Mom walking through the back door and she had this button-down coat on and she pulled the cat out from her coat.
I remember that part. I thought she snuck it home and said, well, Russ will like it. Maybe that was Snickers. We were able to get Snickers because he was an orange cat and Russ liked
I remember that too.
And then Russ would always make a box when the cats would die. And the cat would be laying in there and he'd be petting the cat, dead cat.
Ew.
What you doing, Snicks? Huh?
and keep in mind, Melissa had to make sure that Tinker had a middle name. Melissa, you can't say anything. Who remembers the middle name of Tinker?
Tinker LaJofi Frye or something like that. I'm close, ain't I?
La Jova. Lynn, La, Joe, Va for Vernon, and I don't know. Avery.
It should have been Van.
Should I go to my whiteboard and write it out for you?
Hey, I remember.
Hey, do you know how we all got started on having to have fans?
Uh-oh, no.
What was that?
I'm guessing. So for my 16th birthday, remember I got my waterbed.
Uh-huh.
When I came home, I think we were dads. So I came home and then I got my waterbed and I had my rainbow wallpaper. And I would turn my waterbed up to 90 degrees, but then I'd have to have a fan because it was so hot. Well, Mom would get mad because why do you have to have a fan on if you, why do you have to have the waterbed? Anyway, then I was gone for something. And so she slept in my waterbed. Oh, she had the fan on. And she did my waterbed. And then you guys got waterbeds. I don't know.
I still sleep with a fan.
Yeah. Well, you know we do.
You guys don't?
I do, but not by choice.
Sherry?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
Brian
say.
does, but not by choice.
Those water beds are the best, though.
I would kill for one back again.
They were a biatch to get out of.
I remember laying on Gary and Sally's, and Gary would come up and he would push on the one side so that I would like go up and down on it. How about Grandma Joyce's house? You guys remember that little area right up at the top of the steps? Like you go upstairs and then you got to turn and go around into that bedroom, and then there was that little like platform up there that had the
Oh yeah. Is there a cradle in there?
Yeah, there was cradle or dolls or something up there.
There was like stuffed animals up there, and then you could look down the steps. I would love to go back in that house again.
The one in town?
Yeah.
She probably never, oh yeah, you've been out to Gary and Sally's house, but not when Grandma lived there.
Uh-uh.
I'd be at Grandpa and Grandma's, I don't know, I must have stayed there. Maybe it was just when Grandma was there. But anyway. No, Grandpa Harry was still alive. So
He
we'd
would
have
pay
to
us if we hokied.
we'd have to bring in or he'd have lunch, when he came in from the farm. And we'd have to watch the Kelloland
The
and
news,
the bull prices and the pig prices.
you had to be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fed baby lambs in that little mud room off the side of the house.
Yeah.
And then also, like I said, he would pay us if we would hokey or vacuum their house. And I remember
that's what you're talking about.
In their old refrigerator. I mean, this is an old style refrigerator, and they would have like ho-ho treats or something in the bottom of the refrigerator. I remember that. And the phone was in the hallway going back to the bathroom.
I don't remember any of that.
You probably weren't out there
Probably
very
nothing
I mean,
either.
Well, Grandma moved off that farm in 1980.
yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember any of that. I just remember Gary and Sally living there.
And we would always walk down the driveway to that tree that was on the south side of the driveway. Do you remember that, Tammy?
The driveway, but then the one way over out there, that was my tree.
That's your
Right.
tree.
That they took out because they widened the highway.
I don't know why they ever called it my tree. I don't know. if Grandpa planted it when I was born. I don't know.
Were you the first grandchild?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe
The
that's why
oldest.
they planted the tree.
Yeah, maybe. I should find out.
Or maybe it started growing that year. Why would
Oh,
they
that
plant it way out there? That's kind of a weird spot to go plant a tree.
It was way out there,
I remember that.
south and right by the highway.
Yep.
I remember playing pool in the basement of Grandma and Grandpa's house, but we didn't play with the sticks. We just rolled them and got our fingers smashed.
Oh yeah, they had that cement basement.
It smelled like cedar down there.
How did they ever get that pool table down there? It's beyond me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they didn't have an outside door at all, did they? I don't think there was like a cellar door or anything.
Yeah, it was a cellar door on the back of the
Oh.
house. So I
Oh.
think they brought it in that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's probably still there.
No,
Can't
The pool table?
That pool table, I bet.
Oh, I thought Brian took it.
Brian got it. Brian Wells.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you'll have to Facebook him and ask him how they got it out of the basement.
Yeah, there's no way they could have gone up those steps with it. And then remember that little skinny hallway that went down, like connected the kitchen to Grandma and Grandpa's bedroom? There's no way you'd be able to get that pool table down there.
uh-huh.
No, it had to come from downstairs or through the cellar door.
Down through the cellar door.
No, I'm thinking of a Bon Jovi song or something like that. No, or what is it? Anyway, I did a routine to it for my pace setters, my drill team. Oh my God.
How about when Monopoly was going on at McDonald's and we would go over there and get little coupons for free Big Macs and try to get all the Monopoly pieces?
And that was during the rummage. We had so many Big Macs. Oh my God.
Wasn't that the Olympics too or something? There was something going on and we got Big Mac.
Yes. They made a big deal about that.
Yeah, every time the U.S. got a gold.
That's maybe what it was. Yes.
That's what it was, pre-Monopoly. But yeah, it was.
You're right.
You'd go over there and you get the two little tab things, and then you'd have to, like, if they won the gold, you got this. Silver, you got this. If they won bronze, you got this. But I remember we walked over there because there used to be a thing. I think it was a big picture of a Big Mac, and you had to glue them on this big picture.
Oh yeah.
Get the whole Big Mac thing. And yeah, we ended up with so many Big Macs. But I remember, like, during Lent, they had fish sandwiches. So we would, on Fridays, we'd go over and get a bunch of fish sandwiches and then sit down and watch
Dallas or Dukes of Hazzard
Dukes of Hazzard.
and Dallas.
And then on Saturday night was the Love Boat and something else. And then we'd get popcorn and pop. And when we poured the pop into cups, we had to make sure all four were exactly even.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And then I remember there were some nights where she didn't feel like cooking, so she just sent us over to Randall's to get something to eat, and we'd all come back like with TV dinners and like the roll-up
Fruit roll-ups
things or apple turnovers or something that you could make.
Ooh, that sounds good. I remember I had Daisy Duke underwear and a Daisy bra, and I would wear that and watch the Dukes of Hazzard.
Wow. I guess I wasn't that privileged.
I still have it.
Ew.
How many times did we laugh at Russ laughing at Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, yes. Oh.
Just a girl, boys.
Oh my gosh. I think it was Fantasy Island. Wasn't that the other show we watched?
Yeah, that was on too.
Yeah.
The plane.
Tattoo.
I remember that.
Isn't
And
that what his
Fraggle
name
Rock. I do remember.
Or after school watching Little House on the Prairie.
How about our newspaper routes after school?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was about
remember.
56 and 58.
Oh, geez.
What?
Yeah, Route 56 and 58.
Damn. I don't remember that. I do remember though, I think we were like on Mike's route. We were like down by McClellan Avenue or something, whatever road it was. And it was so cold out and we had hot chocolate in the car, like in a thermos.
Oh yeah.
And Mom was driving us because it was so cold.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
I had to walk all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, you probably did Route 56, which was down to the apartments and then down 2 blocks to the north and back home.
I think I did.
No, we also had some businesses along Dakota Avenue that we had to deliver to as well.
Really?
There were a couple.
Senex, and then there was that little, was it a real estate place that was by A&W? And I don't remember A&W was one of them as well. And then I think McDonald's and Hardee's, and then there was a little gas station on 18th and Dakota. I remember delivering to those.
After we dropped Tammy off in
Tammy's your toy.
My battery's gonna die.
Die.
Okay, what, Mike?
Well, I remember when Tammy got in or when we dropped Tammy off in Brookings for golf.
Oh, God.
Came home and got in that accident. And we still had to deliver papers. So Mom had like sprained her finger or whatever.
Before we left Brookings, though, she stopped at a little store and bought us sodas out of the vending machine. And she got me an orange soda. It was so disgusting. Okay, go on. I don't think I've ever drank orange soda since.
Well, no, I just remember, we got home. We had gotten a ride in ambulance to the emergency room. And she had messed up her neck and broke her finger. And I had hurt my leg. And I don't remember what happened to you, Sherry, but she was out there helping deliver newspapers.
I think I broke my glasses. I just remember the lady coming up to the window and knocking on the window. Are you guys okay? Are you okay? And Melissa kept on saying, Ross is going to be so mad at you.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. Mike, you were either in the second seat or in the back, but you had.
I was right behind you, and you were sitting in the passenger seat.
I was gonna say I was behind Mom. What I remember about that is her playing Air Supply music on the radio. Every time I hear an Air Supply song, I think of that accident.
Wow.
It's so weird. I'm all out of love. So lost without.
Oh, do you have to go to therapy for that?
Isn't that weird?
Do you have to go to therapy for that?
Yeah.
Well, Lori, Mom came to get us, and she told me that you got in an accident, and I didn't believe her until we got to Huron, and she showed me the van.
Oh, it was so crashed up. Oh my God.
It was. That was the Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy that she hit, his camper topper, all that glass shattered and went forward, and he was cut like in the back of his neck.
Oh my.
But he was the one that pulled off from that county road right in front of everybody, and there was like 6 cars that all started proceeding to go around him. And when she went to go around him, she turned her head and blacked out.
Wow. And look we all turned out all right. Well.
I did.
Then there's,
you were saying.
Then there's Tammy, whose battery's about to die. Oh, man.
Oh, well, it's been good reminiscing with you guys. And Mom, thanks for everything that you've done for us. We really appreciate every time you step in and help us take care of all of our kids and making our Christmases and all of our birthdays so special. And we enjoy spending time with you. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, and thanks for always being available, even when you don't answer the phone and don't call us back for days on end.
We start texting each other. Has anybody heard from Mom? She's not answering my call. She's not answering my text.
And have lots of laughs on your behalf. We still love you, aka Browns.
Merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round.
Which I can't find those pictures, so I think she might have gotten into my Shutterfly and deleted them.
I really wish that I had been there for that, because I've heard the stories about it, and I just wish I hadn't missed it.
Who knows? So we'll leave the best for last, huh? Thanks for everything. And what was that? I was gonna say something, but I can't remember now. I know what it was. Just remember, who's gonna take care of you when you get old and senile?
Hey, and we all know who her favorite is.
That's right.
Me.
Me.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Bye. Happy birthday.
All right, hang on a second.